This is part 2 of our Breath of the Wild video series, and in this part we're going to explore a little bit around the ruins of the Temple of Time, and we're also going to get a couple of items. We're going to get the Woodcutter's axe, which actually you see we just got right there.
Yep.
We're going to get the Hylian Trousers and a couple of bows near the end of this part.
But really, it's just a bunch of exploring, kind of like you said, all around the Temple of Time. And as we kind of said in our first part, you're going to see us do that a lot. There's going to be a lot of parts where we're basically just running around, not really doing too much, as in this part. But really, that's a difference in this game compared to the other games, is where you're going to have times where, and we are kind of talking about this last week, where you just run around forever, and you might make a little progress, you might not make any at all.
We hope to think that we make a little bit of progress in just about every part, but let's be honest. In some, we are just running around killing bokoblins, gathering ingredients, things like that. And I got to say right here off the bat, like, cooking these apples was apparently not my strong suit, because getting them in that fire, they just rolled away on me, and it's annoying.
Well, cooking in general is not your strong suit anyway, so
that's true.
And like, I'm kind of in the same boat, so why do we think we could cook in a Zelda game? Is like, I'm in the same way. Like, I've hardly made any elixirs because I'm like, well, I can't mix ingredients that well in real life unless they come pre-mixed, so why would I even try it in this game?
Now, it is nice, though, that like cooking the mushrooms and cooking the apples, it does mean they restore a little bit more of your health when you use them. And later on, when we find like our first cooking pot and things like that, is like when you're talking about making the elixirs, making the meals, like the food, by mixing the ingredients, like you really get the benefits. And you'll see us use those, or at least you said you may have not used them a whole lot, but I used them pretty extensively in this walkthrough, because I love the ones that like give you the extra hearts and give you the extra stamina wheel. Just, it makes the game a little bit easier when you're able to make those food and elixirs.
I think for me, like, it gets to the point where you collect so many items that, because you can also eat the items by themselves to like regain some hearts. So I think for me, I just get to that point where I have so many that I really don't like, that does a job right there, so I really don't feel like I need to cook elixirs. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've already made a couple of dubious food entrees, I guess, or elixirs. So I've already made a couple of those, like, about combining some ingredients. So I was just like, whatever. But I actually do want to address one thing behind the scenes. Some of y'all might notice that, like, we've only like dropped like one commentary part since Breath of the Wild came out. And we ran into some issues 2 weeks ago where we made an edit, and what that did was it unrendered the video. And if you know anything about video editing, like putting these videos together, if something becomes unrendered, commentary basically is impossible. So we had that issue, and then
gets so choppy.
Yeah, and then Red was out of town on business last week, so that's kind of why we only have one part so far. But hopefully that changes over the next couple of weeks.
Well, at least we have some non-commentary ones up there, so people can get a feel for the game at least. But yeah, it sucks when real life gets in the way of our hobbies.
Yeah, adulting. Who wants to be an adult? I
know.
And then the week before that, I was sick and we couldn't do it. So it's been a rough 3-week stretch for us.
I have to say, like, right off the bat, we mentioned like we're going to be exploring the ruins of the Temple of Time, and I feel like that was a big part of some of the promotional trailers and videos that Nintendo released leading up to this game. I was shocked, to be honest, that we got to it literally within the first 15 minutes of the game. Like, I thought it'd be something that would be a big reveal later on. But just seeing it kind of like in ruins off to the right-hand side, it was this early in the game, was definitely a shock to me. With how much they promoted it, I just thought it'd be a bigger deal, I guess.
Yeah, well, as soon as you come out, really, and it shows the whole game world, it pans to that old man. And I believe that you see it right there, but I'm kind of with you. Like, it's one of those iconic structures throughout Zelda games. So I was not expecting to get to it that early. I actually thought that it would have a significant importance in the game. It would kind of be like maybe halfway, or maybe later on in the game it would play a bigger role, and maybe it does. I don't know yet, but
we haven't beat the game yet.
So far, it really does not play an important role at all, I feel.
Well, it does play the role of, like, we come here, and you'll see this in a little bit later on in the game. Like, we'll come back here to get our heart pieces and our fatigue, or I call it fatigue, stamina.
Well, yeah, but you can go other places and get that too, though.
That is true. That is true. So it's one of those things where it's like, even the old man, like earlier on, said there used to be like all these important rituals and stuff here. Yeah, I'm hoping it's more important near the end of the game.
Me too.
Again, neither of us has beaten the game yet.
I'm not even close.
Oh, me neither. Don't worry. So I'm hoping it comes to be a little more important later on in the game. But if not, whatever. It's still an awesome visual, seeing it here and seeing it crumbling. So, take it for what it is.
Yeah, I guess we could kind of should say that too. Yeah, if you like watch our non-commentary series, you'll see we're farther in the game. But actually, like Red and I like playing behind the scenes by ourselves. Like Red's been like on this portable mode a lot too, so he's actually played through a decent part of the game. So we're actually both a lot farther in this area right here, but which kind of makes it hard to come back and kind of talk to it, because I'm like, what exactly happened in this part right here? But just, I mean, I love right there. You saw those twin, I think they're actually called the Dueling Peaks. That's like an iconic figure, and we'll continue to like, I don't know, I always end up like seeing that in the game no matter what part of like the map I'm on. So it's one of those iconic formations that we'll just continue to see.
And pretty early on in the game, we'll actually like follow the road that goes between them as we make our way towards the first village in the game. And obviously, it's still a few parts away, but things like that, the Death Mountain and the Hyrule Castle, are things you can see almost anywhere you are, and it kind of like it helps you get your bearings a little bit. Almost, it reminds you like which way you're looking and where you are in the game. So it's nice having those landmarks you can see from just about anywhere in the game.
But the thing is, there's so much elevation that there's a lot of places where you can't see those landmarks.
Exactly.
And that's one thing, like, kind of going against what you just said. Like, yeah, there are a lot of places that you can see them, but if you're up, like, against some elevation, you can't see them at all. And, like, with all the elevation in the game, like, it is very easy to get lost. Like, you know, take out the map being huge, obviously that's another reason why I could get lost, but the elevation also plays that trick on you, and it's very easy to get circled around and really have no clue at all where you're going.
I will say, though, that map being huge, I love the reveal of the map each time. And once again, getting a little ahead of ourselves, like each time you get to the top of Ashika Tower.
Yeah. Well, they saw that in the first part, like when we, oh, no, wait, that's a couple parts from now.
We haven't got there yet.
Forget it.
But, like, there is a way, like, it reveals the map, and it's a pretty cool sequence, and the map is pretty detailed, to be honest. So
yeah.
I'm a big fan of, like, just uncovering this world chunk by chunk, because it is such a massive world.
Like Red said, like we'll get the tower, I believe. Is that the next part?
It's one of the next 2 or 3 parts.
Okay, so like that will, as he said, it'll like open up the map, and that's actually one of the first things that I did, because in every Zelda game, I hate having like the map where like it's locked, like I can't see what's actually there. So like I went through, got to all those towers and unlocked the map as soon as I can, and kind of going along with what you said, I like seeing where stuff is at. Like I don't need to necessarily explore it at that time, but I like knowing where it's at, and then kind of getting away from. Actually, you know what, Red? If you got a point, you can go ahead and go on, because I was going to talk for a while.
It also goes into like the mini map that we have there in the bottom right corner of our screen all the time. Like you see it right now, it's just blue with some grid work on it. Getting that revealed when we activate those towers is so nice, just to have something on the screen all the time that helps us get our bearings. So that's all I was going to say.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, for us, it's really hard. Well, it's not hard talking about this game, but there's going to be people that watch this video series that have actually never played the game. And then there's going to be some that watch it that are actually a lot farther in the game. So
I guess
for us, it's kind of hard talking about, like, yeah, we'll jump ahead a little bit. We'll try to avoid spoilers, but at the same time, like,
as best we can,
there's people that haven't played that are watching. There's people that are way ahead that are coming back and watching. So it's kind of hard to talk like in a consistent manner, I guess you could say, sometimes about this game. So you'll see us kind of maybe talking to each kind of individual throughout this entire game.
Yep. And I will say, like, kind of going back to what we're actually doing right here, I love getting the bow. And honestly, in this game, we get everything really early on, whether it's like the runes you'll see us get here in a few parts, or getting the bow right off the bat. Like, I love getting this stuff all within the first couple hours of the game. Gives us almost all the abilities we need to play the entire game. There are people who goes pretty much straight from the Great Plateau to fighting Ganon just with what they already have. I mean, the Great Plateau gives us everything we need that we'll use all throughout the game. Now, we're not quite that ambitious to go after Ganon.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But that's one thing they tried to change, was basically they said, hey, you're going to come out in the open world and you're going to be able to play the game and do not almost anything you want to do, but you're going to be able to do a lot, whereas in past Zelda games, like, we were very limited, especially at the beginning of the game, what we can do.
Absolutely.
So I like that whole change in formula. Like, just let us go out there and just let us go. And, I'm struggling with that formula. I'm getting a lot better at it. I'm not, like, having a fight with my wife like I was the last time I commentated this part. I've actually enjoyed my experience with Breath of the Wild the past couple of weeks. But
there you go.
It's just there are going to be some tough parts because of the new formula.
Exactly. And as we mentioned at the beginning of this part, there are some times where we just run around for a little while throughout the part. And, I mean, it's more enjoyable because this game world is absolutely as beautiful as it is. But this is going to go ahead and wrap up part 2 of our Breath of the Wild video series.